Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda, and I'm the host of IOScholarships Superheroes Podcast.
Easy, easy, so easy.
This podcast is only a 10-minute podcast that highlights the best kept secret of IO scholars, job recruiters, and community influencers. And most importantly, we want to provide you financial resources to go to college debt-free and become financially savvy. Today, I have a very special guest, Rebeca Loyola. She's an award-winning journalist and a member of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists. She received her bachelor's in broadcast journalism at the California State University in Fullerton, where she produced the award-winning Spanish language newscast Al Día and served as a vice president for the National Association of Hispanic Journalists. While in college, Rebeca also interned at Telemundo 52, accomplishing a lifelong dream while serving the Latino immigrant community. Today, she's the account executive at Bravo Story, and she has been able to deliver results and utilize her journalism skills and interest in ethnic studies to reach diverse community. Welcome to our show, Rebeca.
Hi, Maria. Thank you so much for having me this morning or today. Thank you so much for having me.
You're more than welcome. And I forgot to mention that you won scholarships, so we will talk more about your path in the STEAM industry, because you have so much wisdom from your journalism background to share with our IO scholars. So tell us about, as a Latina, what do you think is the most important element in the scholarship application process?
So in the scholarship application process, they're going to ask you this question, especially as a student of color or as a minority student, they're going to ask you. So I really say, find your story, identify that story, and see what is most striking about it. So make sure you develop it and you ask your friends to read over it, and to see if this story is really impactful. You need to describe the skills that are going to make you stand out, and also a big thing about standing out, really hone into why it is so important for you to be a Latina in whatever industry you're in. The impact is going to really strike with the community reviewing your scholarship application. So really, go into why it is that this is so important to you.
That's such a great word of wisdom, because it's so important, as you said, to be a good storyteller. And as you study journalism, I always say to students, be authentic with your story. A lot of times, actually 80% of the time, the scholarship committee really focus more on the student and how they overcame challenges and how are they able to contribute to the Latino community and to the whole world with their STEAM degree. So basically, I was wondering, what is, for you, what do you think were the biggest challenges to apply for scholarships, and how did you overcome that?
The first challenge is finding those scholarships. You don't know where to start. You may jump into Google and just do a general search, and that's the first challenge in itself, finding those scholarships. The second challenge is making the time and making sure you're keeping track of those deadlines. I would say those are the two biggest challenges. So again, the first one is finding the scholarships, and the second one is making sure you're keeping up with a timeline so that you have enough time to get those letters of recommendation, to write that essay. So keeping track of that can be a little difficult, especially when you're involved in on campus activities, and you may be working a part-time job off campus, so that can be a little difficult. But if you set goals, daily goals, and you really keep up to the task, then you can do it.
Yes, and at IO Scholarships, we have over $48 million in access to scholarship and internship opportunities just in one place. So we are able to provide to students, a solution for the first challenge that you mentioned, Rebecca. And the other one is like we have also a scholarship organizer that keeps students updated of the deadlines, because it's important not to miss deadlines. So thank you for pointing that out. And what are the most important personal and professional qualities to convey in an essay based on your experience as a scholarship winner?
Okay, so the soft skills you should convey in your essay, I would start with number one is show your empathy, show how you care about this scholarship that you're applying to, why it's important. The scholarship committee, they want to see that you can empathize with them. Number two, I would really highlight on your resilience in situations. So, bring up an example about how you were resilient. Bring up, the difficult situation, how you work through it, and the outcome. So those two skills are really good life skills to show resiliency, especially because you can show how you can overcome a difficult situation. So that'll make you, stand out to the committee, and that's the soft skills you should show.
Visit IO Scholarships, as we have access to thousands of STEM scholarships based on your unique ethnic background, waiting for you today. Some of them only require 2.5 GPA and no essay. Remember, the more you apply, the more chances you have to win. Apply today. Yes, and you're such a resilient Latina leader, and your hard work pay off with scholarships, and you went to college debt free. But as you know, it's so important to have a community and mentors who support you. So, are you a member of any organization?
Yes, so I'm actually a member of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, and this was really important when I was in school because, as I said, if you're searching for scholarships and you just start off from a general search in Google, you're not going to find those refined scholarships that you need. Being associated with a larger professional organization such as NAHJ really helped me, one, with networking, but two, actually connected me to scholarships so that I could, continue my career. But most importantly, it opened up a lot of networking opportunities, and I would say even led me to landing my first internship, which was huge. Never did I think I would be working at the news station that I grew up watching as a little girl. So it's very, very important to be associated with some sort of professional organization in your field. It's gonna get you into that pathway. It's gonna open doors for you to start your journey, and also you're gonna meet great people along the way, like-minded people, so that you stay on track into towards achieving your goals.
Well, that's very inspiring. And actually, who are your biggest mentor? I'm sure there are a lot of people that they're supporting you throughout your career.
Yes, so I actually believe my biggest mentors were my peers, especially during college. It was we all had similar backgrounds. Again, we were all Latino students, so we all understood the having working class parents. A lot of us, I went to a heavy commuter school, so a lot of us didn't have that on-campus lifestyle. We could all relate to each other about having to go work a job and also being driven and applying to those scholarships. So they were really my mentors because I would ask them for advice, and I did this, I did that. There was no gatekeeping between our community. Everyone was very open to share. And my second mentor, I would say, is Maria. Maria was, I always felt like she believed in me during my college years. We worked together back then, and she saw so much potential in me. And that, you need people who believe in you. You need people who uplift you and motivate you, because It's great to have a cheerleader. Be your own cheerleader, but also surround yourself in a community of positive mindsets, of uplifting mindsets, and you'll succeed.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. That makes my whole year, because I'm your biggest cheerleader, and I feel like your hard work, you have all the qualities to succeed on whatever you take. You're a hard worker, you have the skill sets, you are resilient, and also you have a great support system here to support you to advance in your career. So again, thank you for that. I really appreciate. So to end our episode, tell me, you share with our viewers a lot of good tips to succeed when they're, presenting their story. So tell us, Rebecca, you share with us a lot of wisdom regarding how to be a great storyteller. Can you give us kind of a brief overview of how we can structure the essay to be impactful and successful?
Yes, so how to tell your story. What is a story arc? The story arc is going to structure the way you tell your story, and it's going to make your story impactful. So present a situation, then you reach the climax or the conflict of that story, and you tie it all together with a resolution at the end. So this makes a good story, and this can really help you build it and make it strong. Go over your story with your friends, family, and them helping review it will really make it impactful to your community.
Yes, and also it's so great that you tell your story in an authentic way. And I know how much you care about the Latino and other diverse communities and underrepresented communities. I can't thank you enough for your great work. And again, I know that you are the innovator of the future. And this concludes our episode. So thank you again for joining IOScholarship Superhero Podcast. A good way to support us for free is by subscribing and sharing this content with friends and families that might need this type of resources and amazing scholarship to go to college debt-free. So thank you again, Rebecca. And remember, viewers, the power of the 3 I's for innovation, inspiration, and invention. See you next time.